TV5 is a major Filipino commercial television network based in Mandaluyong City, Philippines. Owned by TV5 Network, Incorporated, solely owned by MediaQuest Holdings, Incorporated, which in turn is a wholly owned subsidiary of the beneficial trust fund of the Philippine long-distance telephone company headed by business tycoon Manuel V. Pangilinan. Named after its flagship station in Metro Manila, DWET-TV, which is carried in VHF Channel 5, TV5 is broadcasting to 7 other owned and operated stations, and 19 affiliated television stations nationwide, as its programming is also carried overseas through capated TV5 channel. History Pre-martial law Joaquin Chino Rocks, owner of the Manila Times, was granted of a radio-TV franchise from Congress under Republic Act 2945 on June 19, 1960. He then founded the Associated Broadcasting Corporation with its first studios along Roxas Boulevard, becoming the fourth television network established in the country. ABC operated radio and television services from 1960 until September 23, 1972, when President Ferdinand E. Marcos declared martial law. Both ABC and the Manila Times were forcibly shut down as a result, with rivals ABS-CBN and NBC's radio and television broadcasts also shut down by martial law that day. After the People Power Revolution in 1986, Chino Rocks made a successful representation with President Corazon Cajunco Aquino for the restoration of the network. ABC's rival ABS-CBN reopened that year, but ABC was not yet reopened until made a test broadcast in 1991 and finally reopened in 1992. Chino Rocks died in 1988, but his son Edgardo Rocks would reopen the network after. New stockholders led by broadcast veteran Edward Tan and Chino Rocks' son Edgardo then began the arduous task of resuming broadcasts. The Securities and Exchange Commission granted their application for an increase in capitalization and amendments to APCA Euro unregistered trademark S articles of incorporation and bylaws. They were subsequently granted a permit to operate by the National Telecommunications Commission. Return to the airwaves ABC inaugurated its new studio complex and transmitter tower in San Bartolome, Novaliches, Quezon City in 1990, which was used until 2013, and began test broadcasts by the end of 1991. Officially and finally returning to the air as the Associated Broadcasting Company on February 21, 1992, with a different call sign of the flagship station, DWET-TV, and the corporate name, Associated Broadcasting Company, which the company uses C as the corporate initial by instead of keeping Corporation, the name of original ABC, along its original calls, DZTM-TV. During the pre-martial law years, as a result of the new management took over upon the revival of the network. ABC acquired a new franchise to operate on December 9, 1994, under Republic Act 7831 signed by President Fidel V. Ramos. In the same year, it went on nationwide satellite broadcasting. In a surge of phenomenal growth, ABC earned its reputation as the fastest-growing network under new network executive Tina Monzon-Palma, who served as Chief Operating Officer. In 2001, ABC began to produce local versions of The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, and Family Feud. This was during the height of the game show frenzy within Philippine networks, brought on by the success of IBC's Philippine editions of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And The Weakest Link. New management. In October 2003, ABC was acquired by a group led by businessman Antonio Tony Boy Cajunco, Jr., former chairman of the Philippine Long-Distance Telephone Company and owner of Dream Satellite Broadcasting and Bank of Commerce, among other assets. Cajunco was the chairman and CEO of ABC at the time. The new management introduced many changes, including a stronger news and public affairs division, modernization of its broadcast equipment, and the acquisition of broadcast rights of Philippine Basketball Association games. Additionally, the network also launched a new advertising campaign and slogan, Ibateo, which emphasized the new lineup as being more distinct and new than what was being aired by its competitors at the time. In 2005, ABC won the Outstanding TV Station Award at the 2005 KBP Golden Dove Awards, with several other programs on the network also earning awards in their respective categories. Until the end of 2006, ABC was a member of the Family Rosary Crusade. Its religious pre-identification campaign Please Pray the Rosary was played before every program on the network until the Ibateo re-imaging campaign. In early 2007, ABC implemented a series of budget cuts, primarily directed towards its news department, which laid off most of its employees. The cuts, held prior to the 2007 general elections, left ABC almost incapable of coverage. In November 2007, ABC debuted an array of new sports programming, including NBA basketball, pro boxing, and WWE events, as part of a new 5-year deal with Solar Entertainment. However, due to their high costs, these programs were later dropped throughout 2008, and its NBA review show House of Hoops was cut back as well and eventually cancelled by April 2008. However, much of these programs, along with the PBA, would be picked up by UPN, who had begun a much wider partnership with Solar earlier in 2007. Relaunches TV5 In March 2008, ABC Chairman, President and CEO Antonio Cajunco announced that ABC had reached a partnership with MPB Primedia Incorporated, a local company backed by Media Prima Berhad of Malaysia as part of a long-term strategy to make the network more competitive. Cajunco said MPB Primedia Incorporated, in principle, would produce and source most of the entertainment programs while ABC would continue to be responsible for news programming and operation of the stations. Christopher S.Y. was named CEO of MPB Primedia, Incorporated. He served in that capacity until his resignation in January 2009 due to reported differences in management style. ABC signed off on August 8, 2008, and then aired a countdown to its relaunch for much of the next day until 1900 PHT, when the network officially relaunched under its new name of TV5. The company operating TV5 is still, however, the ABC Development Corporation, and Tony Boy Cajunco will remain its CEO. Shall We Dance, some shows in Nick on TV5, Kirigma TV, Light Talk, and Sunday TV Mass were the only ABC programs that were carried over to the lineup of TV5. In December 2008, a lawsuit was filed by GMA Network, Incorporated against ABC, MPB, and MPB Primedia, alleging that TV5's lease of airtime to Media Prima was intended to circumvent regulations restricting foreign ownership of broadcasting companies. In response, ABC's media relations head Pat Marcelo Magbanua reiterated that the network was a Filipino company which was self-registered and Filipino-run. Despite the lawsuit, the network's ratings were revitalized by the new management, as its audience share increased from 1.9% in July 2008 to 11.1% in September 2009. MediaQuest era On October 20, 2009, Media Prima announced that it would be divesting its share in TV5 and selling it to the Philippine long-distance telephone company's broadcasting division, MediaQuest Holdings, Incorporated. The acquisition was officially announced by Chairman Manuel V. Pangilinan on March 2, 2010, along with the announcement of a new lineup of programming to debut on the network, along with a new campaign branding itself as the Kapatid Network. Dream FM and its affiliate stations in other parts of the country remained under the Cajunco management led by former ABC stockholder Anton Lagdamio. They became collectively known as the Dream FM Network, with TV5 as its licensee until June 2011. On October 1, 2010, TV5 took over the management of MediaQuest's Nation Broadcasting Corporation stations. DWFM was relaunched as a TV5-branded news radio station on November 8, 2010, Radio 592.3 News FM, and DWNB-TV was relaunched as Axiom on February 21, 2011, a news channel based on TV5's newscast Axiom. By December 23, 2013, the network began broadcasting from its new headquarters, the 6000 SQM TV5 Media Center located in Reliance, Mandaluyong. In 2014, ABC Development Corporation acquired Filipino broadcast rights to the 2014 Winter Olympics, 2014 Summer Youth Olympics and the 2016 Summer Olympics. Despite financial struggles within the management, TV5 continues to be on top as one of the top 3 television networks in the country, with male and younger viewers dominated the audience reach due to the network's broadcast of the Philippine Basketball Association via Sports 5 and the strengthened TV5 Kids block, which included the Marvel Studios animations last October 2014. The network celebrated their 5th anniversary under the management of Manuel V. Pangilinan and coincide with their trade launch of the newest shows for 2015 held at the Sofitel Philippine Plaza last November 26, 2014. The network opened the year 2015 with a grand New Year's Eve countdown dubbed as Happy Czar 2015 at the Quezon City Memorial Circle. On January 23, 2015, the network's company changed its name from ABC Development Corporation to TV5 Network, Incorporated. In September 2015, Wilma Galvanti left her position as TV5's Chief Entertainment Content Officer. She was replaced by Viva Communications, Incorporated's head and Sari Sari Channel's co-CEO, Vicente Vic del Rosario, as the network's new Chief Entertainment Strategist. He implemented changes on TV5's entertainment programming thereafter. After that major shake-up, TV5 introduced its new shows for the fourth quarter of 2015 and first quarter of 2016 during the network's Follow Me 5 trade launch. Included in the lineup of new shows are the newest incarnation of Ang Panday, the return of Diafo Campo and Claudine Barreto's tandem, and Viva-produced programs with the likes of MTV Pinoy's Top 10. New shows will start to air between November 2015 and February 2016. Starting January 2016, TV5 and Signal via Hyper will be the official free TV and pay TV partner, respectively, of the Ultimate Fighting Championship in the Philippines. Branding of TV5 = network identity = on June 19, 1960. Broadcast journalist Joaquin Chino Rox launches its television station in the Philippines, known as the Associated Broadcasting Corporation. Since then, the network evolved and used different brandings until it became widely known from what it is today. Associated Broadcasting Corporation founded by known broadcast veteran Joaquin Chino Rox until it was forced to shut down in 1972 following the declaration of the martial law by President Marcos. Associated Broadcasting Company fully restored after being granted a new franchise led by its new stockholders Edward Tan and Chino Rox's son Edgardo Rox. Suddenly acquired by businessman Antonio Tony Boyka Junco in 2003. TV5 renamed as TV5 after ABC entered a partnership with MPB Prime Media, Incorporated, backed by the Malaysian media group Media Prima Berhad. In 2010, Media Prima divested its share with MediaQuest Holdings, Incorporated, of business tycoon Manuel V. Pangilinan. Logos TV5 used several logos since it was established in 1960. In 1960, the network used a 5 logo derived from its flagship station in Metro Manila, DWET-TV, carried in VHF Channel 5 until it was shut down in 1972. When it returned to the airwaves, the network used a more known ABC5 logo with a cyclone icon, incorporating the colors red, blue and green colors which makes up a pixel shown on the television was used in 1992. The number 5 was removed to the logo in 1995 but retaining its ABC and the cyclone icon. In 2001, the logo added its slogan "Come Home to ABC", the same logo used in April 2004 with its new slogan "E Bateo". The last logo as ABC in September 2004 has been enclosed with a yellow circle. The logo changed after its relaunch in 2008, having the new name of the network TV5 inside a shaking television. In 2010, the network used a red circle being shined in the northwest corner carrying the name TV5 with the letters TV in the northeastern part above the largely sized number 5. The logo adopted a 3D version in 2013 and applying it on air, although the 2010 2D version oftentimes appear. Programming. TV5's program lineup includes news and current affairs programs, dubbed cartoons, movies, and infomercials, variety shows, gag shows, reality shows, sports, teleseries and Japanese anime shows. On its second month since its relaunch last August 9, 2008, TV5 has been reportedly on top 3 based on the AGB Nielsen survey. It also gained its rating on their Nick on TV5 morning cartoon block, and its popularity because of their former Anime Mega primetime anime block. In 2013, the network's ratings improved as they launched the Weekend Do It Better and Everyday All the Way programming blocks under the helm of the former Chief Entertainment Content Officer, Wilmer Galvanti. However, some of the programs under the block were discontinued, particularly due to low ratings. In 2014, the network launched another set of new programs under the Happy Cardito campaign of the network. In 2015, TV5 launched more than a dozen programs which are more focused to light entertainment and sports programming under its Happy Czar 2015 campaign. Also this said year, sought the return of Anime Mega. Currently, TV5's entertainment programming were produced by different content providers, including Unit Productions, the Idea First company and Wilmer Galvanti's own company. Last October 14, TV5 Network named Viva executive, Vic Del Rosario as the new entertainment strategist of the network. He will handle all of the entertainment programs broadcast by the network. This is also after TV5, Signal and Viva inked a deal earlier this year to create Sari Sari Network. New shows for 2016 were also launched by TV5 together with the Viva Entertainment last November 25, 2015. Kapete TV5. TV5 programs are seen internationally via Kapete TV5, and is currently available in Guam, the Middle East, North Africa, Europe, Canada, and the United States. References. External links: www.tv5.com.ph